The Field of Mars has, since its heyday in the 19th century, become a monument to Russian imperial might. Now, the Field of Mars itself it's gone by many names, but initially it was called the Grand Meadow after it was drained from the swamp in 1712. At the time, it was used as a massive sort of public ground where fairs and all sorts of public gatherings were held. And then in 1720, the Red Canal was dug up and shored up to make way for the housing for nobility. And after that, the field was closed for about 40 years. In 1740, the promenade was created, and the field, due to its new significance as the Tsarina's personal relaxation ground, was renamed the Tsarina's Meadow. Then, in 1770, the Red Canal was drained, and it was then made. The Field of Mars was then made open to the public again. Now officially called Tsarina's Meadow, but still called the Grand Meadow. Then in 1782, the Marble Palace was completed. Giving the skyline of the Field of Mars its unique appearance. Then 1790,
just so that everybody knows. Next to that green building.
Yes, the ugly green building. Anyways, so 1790 through 1820 is when the fastest changes occurred to the Field of Mars, because this was the time in which the Suvorov and Rumantsev monuments were first created, and the field was repurposed into a military drilling ground. Due to the particular appearance of the Suvorov monument, the field was named to its final name, the Field of Mars, in honor of his glory in battle. However, not 4 years after the field was renamed, thanks to the monument was moved to the north to Suvorov Square, because it apparently made more sense. Contemporaneously, the Rumantsev obelisk, which we actually saw yesterday, was moved to Vasilyevsky Island so that Rumantsev, who I'll get to later, didn't have to sit in Suvorov's shadow. Then no particular changes occurred after the completion of the Adamini house architecturally. Now, at the cusp of the 20th century, the Field of Mars was beginning to change from a military drilling ground to a place of remembrance for those who had fallen in battle, akin to Arlington National Cemetery in the U.S. It gained further significance in that on the 23rd of March, 1917, when the center of the Field of Mars, as you can see behind you, was dedicated as a burial ground to those who died in the 1905 revolution. And then again, after the Civil War, it was devoted to those who died during the Civil War. And actually, it is the burial site for a number of the fallen. However, during the siege of Leningrad, the field was shelled by the German army, and many of the monuments were destroyed or damaged irreparably, and the surrounding buildings too. And the field itself ended up dug up and used as a massive sort of victory garden to help feed the starving people of Leningrad. After the war, the buildings and monuments were rebuilt, And in 1957, at the center of the memorial, the Eternal Flame was added, the first of its kind in Russia. Now, for the monuments themselves that comprise a significant portion of the architecture, the Suvorov monument to the north was dedicated to General Suvorov, who, as we've heard, was the undefeated and favorite general of Empress Catherine. Suvorov is one of 4 generals in history to have been known to never lost a battle, and for this, the Field of Mars took his name briefly, and then his, nickname. Suvorov eventually did get his own square to the north, and his semi-rival, Rumantsev, also earned a monument on the field, which was also moved, in large part because the rivalry between the two was so noted. Suvorov and Rumantsev both, actually, would later find themselves falling out of favor after the death of Catherine, mostly due to Paul's immense paranoia, which will be covered later. In addition to the Suvorov and Rumantsev monuments, the garden also features the monument to the victims of the revolution, which is behind you, and its Eternal Flame, and the other most notable architectural feature, the Pavlovsky Regiment Barracks, which the Pavlovsky Regiment was Grenadiers Regiment of the Imperial Guard of the Russian Empire that served in every major Russian Imperial War, starting from the Napoleonic Wars and ending finally to them siding with the revolutionaries in the 1917 revolution, after which they were disbanded officially due to the restructuring of the army. During the Soviet period, the barracks were actually used as offices, and they continue to be used as an office for the Lenenergo Power Company, who bought them after the fall of the Soviet Union, and they use it now as a regional managing office. That about covers the history of the Field of Mars. Handing it off to Ben or Andel, who wants it?